Thanks all here. I'm Mike Misnelli. That's Derek Gunn, Seth Joyner, Devin Caney. All right, here's the little twist I want to throw your guys' way from news that I heard today on the 49ers. I think we all heard it, that Jimmy Garoppolo could be ready to play in an NFC title game and maybe the Super Bowl.
He ain't playing.
Let's just kick this around.
Would he play even if he could play?
Since you mistrust this rookie quarterback, would you, if he is ready to play, because let's face it, that Brock Purdy would have won 7 games in a row if they survive. Would you have the guts to pull him at that point if Garoppolo is healthy and you feel more secure about it?
I don't think they would pull him.
No.
I just don't think. I don't know.
Even if he's deemed 100%, these guys believe in this kid, Purdy. They haven't missed a beat since Garoppolo went down. The only way Garoppolo plays in this game is if Purdy chokes in the first half of the game. Then you make the switch out of desperation. But they're going to ride the wave with this kid. I mean, he's been an incredible story. He's won games for him. He's made all the throws they've asked him to make. He's scrambled. He's done more than anybody could have expected Mr. Irrelevant to do in the National Football League. There's no way they would switch at this point.
Why do you think the 49ers would even entertain a notion like that publicly and put that out there?
Because they've got to find a buyer. They've got to find a buyer at the end of the day for Jimmy Garoppolo when it's all said and done.
But he's not going to play, so the buyer's going to be the same.
No, that's not necessarily true.
Well, that's what I'm asking
Listen,
you. Would you play him
in this game? In this game against the Cowboys, if Brock Purdy comes out and plays a bad game in the first half and they find themselves in a 17-point hole, Jimmy Garoppolo's coming in that football
against
game.
the Eagles?
No.
No. He's not ready to play this week. I'm talking about the NFC title game that he might be ready to play.
Absolutely. Then absolutely. Then absolutely.
We got another
idiots.
Hey, was that a friend of yours?
Absolutely.
Was that one of your friends?
No.
I thought it was the same guy as before, and I thought he was going to throw him.
No, it was a different guy.
Different guy. I have no idea who it was.
So to your point, Mike, if you've got an opportunity to get to the Super Bowl and the young quarterback, the moment becomes too big for him, you've got Jimmy Garoppolo, who's won an NFC championship before and who's lost a Super Bowl before. So absolutely you're going to go to him because just for the experience.
Yeah,
if you know that you're not going anywhere.
No, I get that point if the kid falls in his face. I'm saying if he is ready to play by the NFC title game.
Insert him as a starter?
In Philly, would you be more comfortable starting him?
No. Okay. Because that kid is taking over.
That's right.
He's won all of those games you and gotten you to that point. You almost owe him the opportunity to fail rather than pulling the carpet out from under him. And you can damage him down the road because if you deem that Jimmy Garoppolo's gone after the year and that Trey Lance is not your franchise guy and you made a mistake and Brock Purdy is going to be that guy, the psychological damage that you could do to him by pulling the rug out from under him like that will be tremendous. You can't do that.
Well, but you also have to I agree with you, but I think with Brock Purdy, the reason why earlier in the show I said I'd prefer the 49ers over the Cowboys is Brock Purdy's never played in front of a crowd like Philly.
Well, that's why I asked the question, because John
territory.
McMullen said at the end of the day, the Cowboys are the tougher draw because they've got a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
So if you're that afraid of starting a rookie quarterback in an NFC title game and the other guy is ready, would you make that kind of a move?
I don't agree with John, and this is why. Because I think that Kyle Shanahan knows how to implement this young kid as a game manager. Okay? They got so much talent across the board, offensively and defensively, that dare I say that the quarterback doesn't have to be lights out. He's just got to not make mistakes because they're going to run the ball well. They're going to throw screens well. The quick game is always going to be there. He's going to be protected, and when he's not protected, he's good enough to use his legs to get out of trouble. So they're going to put him, like you saw in the second half of the Seattle game last week, they're going to put him in a management situation and rely upon the defense and Christian McCaffrey to carry that team.
You know, anytime you're talking about putting in a quarterback with that little of experience, you have to whittle down the playbook a lot just to get him comfortable in a game. They never did that from the time this kid stepped on the field in that Miami game, early in that Miami game. Kyle Shanahan didn't change that offense. And we're like, who the heck is Brock Purdy? Guy should be out in the back 40, playing on the field or something. He doesn't even have a football name, okay? He made all the throw. He came in. They did not change the game plan one iota. And you're saying, okay, that was a fluke. And then he does it again. And then you look at his overall stats from the time he went in that Miami game to now. Look at his touchdown ratio to interception ratio. Look at the throws he's made in the middle of the field, down the seams, deep throws. He's done everything, and he's made every throw you can possibly make. Now, he's never played in a game the magnitude of an NFC championship game. But, like Seth said, he is a significant reason why you've won 11 straight games. You owe this kid, if nothing more, you owe him a quarter to let him settle his feet in a game like that and to get that kind of experience.
All right, so obviously the people who are viewing this or listening to this show in midweek already know the result, right? So let's stay with that theme because there's another game tomorrow. I want to get your AFC look at Cincinnati and the Buffalo Bills. Seth, when you look at that game, who comes out on top? Because it's interesting. If Cincinnati wins, we don't have this neutral field situation.
I don't think it really matters because I don't think Kansas City can't beat Cincinnati. They've lost to them 3 times in a row. They seem to be the only team that they really have their number. But when you think about Buffalo being at home tomorrow, and if they trot DeMar Hamlin out to lead that team out of the tunnel, boy, it's going to be on and cracking those first couple series in that stadium. The Buffalo Bills almost seem like a team of destiny, but at the same time, I've seen them at times this year, leave you scratching your head. Josh Allen has thrown, untimely interceptions. They haven't looked good at times on defense, but the same could be said, for Cincinnati. Cincinnati haven't solved their offensive line problems. They can't run the ball effectively as they need to run it, and Buffalo's pretty formidable on their defensive line. They don't have a premier pass rusher, but they got enough guys that can get there and get the job done. So I'd have to go with Buffalo. I really think that, how about them Cowboys? I can't wait till they go fishing tomorrow.
People are bugging you today.
Oh, they're just getting on my damn nerves, man.
I think you ought to just break through. Start jacking people up. I want to see it.
If you do, you're going to be viral in about 2 minutes after you jack somebody up. And I'm going to say, I got to sit next to him tonight.
Everybody expects it. I think everybody's surprised we lasted this long without me chin-checking somebody.
Yeah, I agree. I'm one of those people, by the way.
Anyway,
I fire in your eye today.
I think the Buffalo Bills win tomorrow, and they face the Kansas City Chiefs on a neutral site.
Here's how I look at the situation. You go back to the 2021 season. Joe Burrow was sacked 51 times in the season, hit well over 100 times. That team was 10-7, but they got on the roll at the right time. They came within 3 points of winning a Super Bowl. This year, Joe Burrow sacked 41 times, hit close to 100 times. This team is poised to go into Buffalo and win that game. The thing that concerns me about Buffalo is, where is their emotional level? They let a Miami team go in there last week with a quarterback named Skylar Thompson and get within 3 points of them in a game that was a lot closer than it should be. Now, I would imagine this Hamlin's going to be on the field. The emotion level is going to be like 100% over the top of what it was. Josh Allen has to play better in the red zone, which he has not played well this season in the red zone. But because Buffalo's playing this game at home, I believe this is Buffalo's year to get Cincinnati out of there.
All right, that's this thought occurred to me because I saw what happened today with Mahomes, and they said it was a high ankle sprain, and I'm thinking, okay, adrenaline gets you through this game. High ankle sprain, Seth, you never know what's going on. All of a sudden, for the first time, I think the Eagles can actually beat that AFC team. Kansas City or Buffalo or whoever survives. At first, I thought the Eagles in a Super Bowl match could not beat either of those teams. Now I'm not so sure that they can't beat either of those teams.
Listen, I don't worry about Buffalo. I really don't. My worry has always been the Kansas City Chiefs because Andy Reid is playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. What they do from an offensive perspective is they play with defense's eyes. And if you're undisciplined in any way, they take advantage of, of your technical errors, your discipline errors, your fundamental errors. It's not that they schematically beat you. They take advantage of what you don't do well. Like Travis Kelce. No one can seem to get Travis Kelce under control.
Can't stop him.
Okay? And you want to know what the problem is? Anytime you're playing him man-to-man and you try to jam him, he's going to fight you with his hands. And then what winds up happening is you get on top of him. And anytime you're on top of a receiver, he has a two-way go, okay? So what I want to do is I want to jam him, and I want to get underneath him. If I'm underneath him, now I can be in the outside window, I can be on the inside window. But if you don't know how to do that and you've never been coached how to do that, you're going to lose that battle all day long because he's running option routes on every single play. There's no rhyme or reason to the routes that he runs. And if you watch him, sometimes it's like he'll just kind of jog off the line and sit down at 5 yards, and Patrick Mahomes will be in trouble, and he'll look and he'll find him. And the guy will be standing right there next to him.
Exactly.
But the fact is, he's standing shoulder to shoulder instead of underneath him. So.
Well, I tell you what.
But with Patrick Mahomes not being mobile, that's a game changer.
Yeah,
the Eagles, they're gettable.
Here's the thing, though. The Kansas City Chiefs will line up in the same formation 10 times. They'll run 10 different plays from the same doggone formation. That's the only team in the NFL that draws up plays in the huddle. You heard Travis Kelce earlier in the season talking about, oh, yeah, we talked about this in the huddle and we decided to do this. It's not something they practice. How do you defend a quarterback who throws sidearm, underarm, flip it over the top? There's certain things you can't prepare for.
Because when you're playing a quarterback like that and when you're playing a team like that, your technique, your fundamentals, and your discipline has to be spot on every single time.
Sure.
Because what they're waiting on is for you to have bad eye discipline. And that bad eye discipline causes you one step to get you out of position.
Yep.
So if I'm a defensive coordinator, like the whole ring around the rosy thing last week, okay?
Right.
They're here going around in circles. They break the huddle real quick, and everybody's kind of dumbfounded on the defensive side of the ball, like, what's going on? No, your key is right there, whatever your key is. When they break, get your eyes on your key. Because if your eyes are on your key, then whatever they're running can't ever lie to you. You understand what I'm saying? No matter all that trickery stuff that they do is because you got bad eye discipline and you're not 100% sound in your technique and your fundamentals and your discipline as to what your job is in the scheme of the defense. And they bank on players not being that way, and that's what makes them so prolific as an offense.
Well, as far as the Chiefs are concerned, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, let's close this one down. Here's what we know. The Eagles live another week. They're in the NFC title game, and they have a chance to go to the Super Bowl with one more win. For everybody, I'm Mike Missinelli, Derek Gunn, Seth Joyner, Devin Caney. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you next week. We got at least one more to go and maybe two. So we'll see. Let's go, Eagles. For everybody, we're out live from